This video is designed to show you how you can set up the pulse sequence stimulator in order to generate arbitrary series of pulses. We're using an MP36 here. Okay, first of all, you select the pulse sequence by going through Output Control on the MP36 menu. You select the pulse sequence. When you want to create your sequence, what you do is right-click on that box that has our output settings and choose Preferences, which brings up another dialog box that allows you to create your pulse sequences. Now when we start off here, we see we have a sequence, but it doesn't have anything in it. You can add either a new sequence, and a sequence will contain a series of pulse trains and or delays. So let's start off with just a simple pulse train. When you choose that pulse train, then you have new options here that allow you to set up that particular pulse train. Let's say that, for instance, we want to create 5 pulses in, for instance, the first second. Let's make them brief pulses. We'll leave that at 1 millisecond. So if we want to have 5 pulses in the first second, then we need the repetition rate to be, we need the repetition rate to be 5, right? So 5 pulses in 1 second. And then we can, for instance, add a delay. Say we want to go for 2 seconds with no pulses. And then we can add a second sequence if we wanted to. Okay. Let's make this one a little bit more interesting. We're going to put a delay which will be random. Let's say anywhere from a half a second to 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Sorry, okay, good. All right, and then after this delay, we'll have a pulse train. Let's say it may be anywhere from 1 to 4 pulses. And let's stick with 5 hertz. And let's say that we are going to play this second sequence multiple times. We want to have different delays. Let's say we're going to do that 3 times. And let's say perhaps we've changed our mind and we want to put this one before the other one. We can move up parts of it. Okay. Let's say no, we decided actually we wanted it better the first way. It makes more sense to have this delay before that. We can move it back down to its previous position. Okay, we can have the pulse sequence start when we start recording, which is what I'm going to do here. And you can set it up to do just the first sequence or do all of the sequences. We're going to do all of them for now. Okay, let's... no, okay, we'll leave that on. It'll put it in event mark. Okay, we can have it repeat the sequences. So when we put this here, this will repeat just this one sequence. If we selected repeat here, then it would play this sequence, then play this sequence, then play this sequence again, and then this sequence again, and continually replay them. So that's different from this. This sequence contains 3 repetitions. So if we have this repeating continuously, then when we come here, it's going to do this sequence once, this one 3 times, then this one once, then this one 3 times, etc. If we just leave it set at the sequence once, then it will do just this sequence once and this sequence 3 times. Okay. And we want to look at the sequence. So we're going to look at it on channel 1. And so now you can see how this will look if we play it. So there's our first 5 pulses. It started immediately. There's a pulse right there, which you can't see. So now we have randomness here. Each time we do this, it'll come out a little bit different. So you can see this is our sequence. We have 5 pulses the first time, and then we had 3 repetitions of a randomized number of pulses. I kept the same repetition rate, so you see that spacing between pulses is the same here. Now all of these things can be varied through the settings. We can go back and do this again. And let's see. Yes, we can change that. So there's our 5 pulses to start with. Now see, these are spaced more widely apart because we have that randomness built in. It's going to be different each time. Can do it again. It should come out different again. So you see you have a lot of different options to specify exactly the sequence that you want, or a sequence which falls within particular parameters.